Alright guys, right, got djsquibby here, another session of Squibby's Music Grub Club. I'm going to be doing something a bit easy, not too difficult. It's a chicken stir fry type of thing, and it's funny, my boy named it pirate chicken. That's what he calls it, and that was what he called it when he was little, so the name has stuck, pirate chicken. Anyway, I've got most of the ingredients already, just got to cook it all up. So on with the show, gonna do a bit of walking. Alright guys, catch you in a mo. Alright guys, right, so here's the ingredients we're going to be using. We've got soy sauce, that will be for the stir fry a bit later on. Paprika, some mixed herbs, a couple of oxos if you want to sprinkle that over the chicken before you stir fry. Some garlic granules, you can use fresh garlic, but that's what I add in. Some ground black pepper, cumin, table salt, virgin olive oil, and then there's 2 packs of pre-diced chicken. I was being lazy, but £2 pack, so that's the meat. And then over here we've got some mushrooms, some mixed peppers that I've chopped, and then I've also bought 1 mixed vegetable stir fry. It's got bean sprouts and onions and stuff in it. Alright, so this is this. So again, this is a meal well under a tenner. You'd have to add a few extra bits and pieces, like probably a second bag of this and more mushrooms and bits. But again, you could feed 4 or 5 people easy with this for under a tenner. And start to finish, I know you could probably have this all done and served up in what, 20 minutes. That would be the prep and everything. But what we're going to do first is we're going to season the chicken, and I'm going to do that. Then what we're going to do is put it in the fridge and let it marinate in all the herbs and bits, and then I'll come back a bit later on and then we'll stir fry these bits up. The one thing to remember, when you put chicken in the fridge, cover it or put it in a container so it doesn't contaminate the rest of the fridge. And then when you get it out the fridge for the stir fry bit, get it out sort of a good 20 minutes before and cover it. Put it sort of somewhere where it's not going to get molested. But so yeah, you've got to let the meat try and get it back to room temperature before you cook it. Alright, so that's the ingredients. Nice and simple. Obviously you're going to wok it all up a bit later on, but first things first, let's get this meat seasoned. Right guys, so first things first, we're going to give our hands a little wash. Alright, so don't mess about this, just get the meat out and don't start washing it. You don't need to do any of that. Just get it out. Right, let's get rid of these, put them over there out of the way. Right, so first things first, we're going to have some paprika. Right then, don't hold back with this, just chuck it all over. Alright, so get as much on as you can. Actually, I'll probably use up this whole pot because there's only a tiny bit left. Right. You're saying, oh, it's way too much, but it's not, because this is lovely. Alright, so then get some mixed herbs. Do like our mixed herbs. Do for that. Some garlic granules. Again, just whop it on. Don't measure many things when I'm cooking, unless I have to. So, go on, get it on there. Loads and loads. There you go, that'll do. Right, there's some black pepper. Again, just chuck it all on. Some ground cumin. This is a bit of an arsehole to get out of the pot, so let's do it the other way. Plenty of that. and old back here. Nice handful of salt, not too much, but that'll do. Right. And you don't have to use the chicken oxo, but I normally put, you know, I sprinkle one over it. Try and sprinkle it. But yeah, this is my son's favourite chicken stir fry. He actually calls it pirate chicken, and that stems back from when, as a family, we went up to London, visited the Golden Hind. That's an English galleon ship, if you don't know what it is. And it was captained by Sir Francis Drake from 1577 to 1580. And obviously, I think the ship up there it might be a reconstruction ship. I'm not sure if it's the real one. It might well be, I don't know. Someone will probably comment in the comments below saying, Squibby mate, you don't know your history, it's the real ship. Well, it probably is the real ship, but it's in its own little harbour, and you can go and spend the day up there, walk around the ship. You can go all over the ship. There's guys dressed as pirates, or you know, sort of sailing people at the time, you know, and they tell stories and all that sort of stuff. But it was really good day out. And when we was up there, we also stopped for some food, and we went and had like a noodle Chinese bar type thing, and the son had, again, it was just chicken and rice and stuff he had, and because of we were on the Golden Hind and pirates and the hearties and all that sort of stuff, because it was quite a fun packed day, and because of that and the Chinese, any time that I do a chicken stir fry like this, he always calls it pirate chicken, because it goes back to when he was little and he remembers it, and I think that's quite endearing and quite nice. So when I say I'm going to do a stir fry, I don't say I'm doing stir fry, I say I'm doing pirate chicken. And he goes, oh lovely. But anyway, so that's the story behind the pirate chicken. So basically mix all this up. Don't waste any of the spices on the tray. Alright, so try and get that all nicely mixed up. I'm making a bit of a mess, but so part of the fun of it. Alright, so I think that's all pretty much. That smells wonderful just with the spices that stay around. Quick, wipe your hands again. Right, so now that's all in the spices, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in some Tupperware, put it back in the fridge, cover it, and put the lid over it. But before we do that, let's just remove that for a minute. What I'm going to do is get a little drop of the olive oil, just drizzle a little bit of oil over it. Alright, ain't got to go mad, just a tiny bit. And then, hold on, I've got bubbles on my hands, I don't want to put bubbles in the food. Right, so then just get all that oil mixed in again. Alright. And then once this is all mixed in properly, another wash of the hands because it's getting quite sticky and yucky. Right, so once that's all mixed up nicely, put the lid on, and then that wants to go back in the fridge. Alright, so I'll do that in a sec. And then, again, with the veg I've chopped up, because this needs to marinate. I mean, you could cook it straight away if you want to, but it tastes better if you leave it for an hour or two in the fridge, or you can do it overnight, leave it overnight, you know, and then use it for the next day. Because it's fresh chicken, you don't really want to leave it too long in the fridge, you know. I mean, it'll probably suffer a couple of days in the fridge, but I'm gonna fridge this, and then with the magic of camera work, a bit of editing, then I'll be back, and then I'll cook this later for our tea. Alright, so that's that. Right, so the next thing is put these in a container, because as I say, I'm not going to be doing it just yet. And when you see TV programs, when they do cooking, they go, oh, here's one I prepared earlier. They chop all this up, put it to one side, and then they open a big pot and it's all ready. But it's only me doing this. This is not Hollywood or anything like that. So this lot can go back in the fridge. It's all sealed, so that's not a problem. And then it's just a matter of clean up, tidy up. Again, start with a fresh, clean work area. I mean, I've not got much room in this kitchen, it's not very big. But even if you have got a decent sized kitchen, clear up what you've got and then you can start fresh. So this will all be clean. And so the wok's been oiled, that's all ready. You don't need a wok, as I say, if you want to do a stir fry, just a big frying pan if you want, but it does, I think it cooks better in a wok. Anyway, so that's that, and we'll put the bits in the fridge, and then I'll see you in a wee while. Alright guys, right, so we're going to be doing a bit of wokking now. Put some virgin oil in the pan and some butter. We're going to be having rice with this. You don't have to have rice, you can have noodles or whatever you want with it, you know. Right, so that's about ready to start frying. Right, to put the rice in. Right, so that needs about 10 minutes on the rice on a low heat. Right, I'm frying this on a high heat. They recommend about 10 minutes for this to cook through properly. But I always judge it by, you know, give it a little test and that, you know. I've got my timer set on 10 minutes. So that'll give us a good idea of what time is. So this does smell nice already. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this all through first, and then I'll do the stir fry, the veggie bits. The son doesn't like the stir fry, you know, the vegetables, so he just has the chicken and the rice. So because I'm cooking it on high heat, it's best to keep this turning. Yeah, I think the chicken, it had about, I don't know, about 3 hours marinating in the fridge. Got it out, I don't know, it was about half an hour. I took it out of the fridge to let it come to room temperature. And normally I get the breast of chicken and cut it up myself, but this time I decided I'll just do pre-made, pre-cut, save a bit of effort. Because let's face it, this cooking thing at this music Grub club, it's about making life a bit easier. But I suppose this would take about, as I said, about 20 minutes to cook and all that, you know, get it all prepped with the prep time. Smelling wonderful. That is really smelling nice. Thing is, it'll stink the whole house out. That's not a bad thing. A bit of rice. I've been getting these boiling a bag jobbies. They're really cool, right? You know what I mean? You sort of 10 minutes on a low heat. And it's all done. I mean, you can get, if you want to do the microwave packet rices, you know, 2 minutes and they're done. But so normally when we have this sort of meal, we just have a boiled rice. We don't add anything to the rice. My son doesn't like it anyway. So I start putting vegetables and stuff in the rice. But yeah, this is pirate chicken, as I said before. There is one thing I forgot to put in here. I put some ginger in with the chicken. Put it in the fridge and I thought, oh, just put a bit of ginger in. So that's the only extra thing I put in. Yeah, I was going to do like pan fried chicken, you know, just the breasts and not all chopped up and that, but I decided no, I'll do this, nice little stir fry. And with this, you're better off doing this from like, you know, cook it up and serve it straight away, especially with the vegetables. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to serve my son's first, and then I'll do mine after. Oh, I've got to put some rice on. And what I always do, always cook the meat first, and then with the juices left in the pan, then I'll chuck the vegetable stir fry in, so that gets all the nice flavours. Again, I know, like, you know, people saying, well, we know how to do a stir fry, but this is for people who won't cook, can't cook, you know, and just sort of showing that you can prep a meal and cook it within about 20 minutes. So this sort of thing doesn't freeze well, so if there's anything left over, I might have a little bit later on, or cats get a little bit, and believe me, we put this out for got like, you know, a few cats what come in the garden, neighbours' cats or whatever, and they always have a little bit of this, whatever's left. That's doing wonderful. Stir on the old rice. So I've been watching recently, it's called Doom Patrol, you know, part of the DC superhero universe, but they're superheroes with super problems, you know, super misfits, and you know, it's pretty good, and it's, I believe it was around 1960 odd, comic books, and it come just before the X-Men. I think it was literally a few months before the X-Men, and there's quite some sort of similar events going on. But as I say, I won't spoil it, but it's really good. Sort of got into that in a big way.
My name's Dr. Niles Calder. Please nod your head if you can understand me.
So what is this place?
My home. A safe place for you, others like you, to heal. Cliff Steele, Larry Traynor. I thought he might help you with your recovery.
What's your story?
I can't control this thing inside of me. I flew airplanes.
Hold on, there's something up here.
You promised things would change after we moved here. You said there'd be no more late night beers with the guys.
I'm really scared, Cheryl.
Used to do this.
Crash and die, babe.
I love you too, honey.
Around and around. That's it?
I don't know what happened there. I don't know if you even care how sorry I am.
No! Seeing your daughter, that's good. Just the inspiration you need.
Rita Farr. Actors from the 50s.
You were in the movies?
Pictures.
Get rid of it.
But the crew, they adore him.
And put his name on the marquee.
Get rid of it.
I want to speak to Jane.
Jane's not here, you sissy little pig.
She's in a mood.
Which one of her is in a mood?
His arms, his arms. I've got 64 personalities. A group of creepy scientists did terrible things to an innocent girl.
Don't touch me.
Oh, please touch me.
Do you remember what it felt like
What?
to be normal?
I'm working with some fascinating people. Each one of them is just bursting with potential. Like you, Vic.
Every person I save is me fulfilling a pledge to my mom that she'll never get to hear.
Father and I already discussed it.
Trying to make her proud. Knowing I'm the reason she's not around to see it. This is bullshit!
Morden.
I haven't been Mr. Morden since... No! Help me! The moment's the right! I'm nobody. I've been admiring those freaks of yours for quite some time.
Are we really the best people to hunt a supervillain?
Hell no. You're all at my mercy.
This isn't real.
No matter how hard I hit, where I hit, what I hit, I can't feel pain.
You're as afraid as the rest of us.
You're kidding me!
This is what the world looks like when we try to live in it.
We don't have to get involved. Especially if we make things worse. I want to go home.
We can do that.
I don't even know what to hope for.
I'm powerless. I have no clue how to fix this.
Hey, Dad.
This mission you're on is your mission.
Every criminal we bust, every person we save, is us.
Chief said his enemies were coming for him.
Don't worry. We got this. Now comes their reckoning! What do you want from me? Yes! I am ready, Father!
Holy! Holy! Holy!
I get the point!
Don't you dare hurt them. They are quite doomed.
Thank God that's solved. Mint juleps?
Oh, this is doing good. This is proper smelling nice. Something tells me there won't be no leftovers of this tonight. As I said, you can. As I said, you know, I said you could probably feed a family of 4 with this. Obviously, you'd need more rice. You know, I'd say 1 bag of rice per people, or you can share like a bag of this, boiling a bag of rice if you want. So you don't even have to have the rice. You can have noodles, or you could serve this with anything. You know, chips or whatever you want to do. Nearly done. I'm going to give it just a tiny bit longer. Had about 9 minutes so far. Yeah, all the kids are on their Easter break now, Easter holidays, so I'm trying to arrange going and do a few things with my son, get the time on hand and whatever. Yeah, because this is on a high heat, I do keep stirring this. Right, so that's had 10 minutes. The rice is done. I'll turn that off. I think we'll just give this a minute or 2 longer. What I tend to do with a large bit, I just cut it in the middle with a spoon. Just so there's no, you don't want any pink, you know, you want it so it's pinkless. Yeah, I was looking through some of my DJ mixes that I've done in the past and all that, bits and pieces I've got. So that's what I've been putting on as the background music when I'm cooking. But as I said before, if there's any bands or bedroom DJs or anyone who's composing their own stuff, you know, would like their music played while I'm cooking, or intros, outros, just contact us in the comments. Just leave the details, just say hi, whatever. If you want your music played and all that, that'd be cool. Let's just drain the rice a little bit. Leave that to drain. I'm not going to do much more with this. This is pretty much done. Make sure the rice is fully drained out. That's looking good. Yeah, there's another thing I've been watching. It's an slightly older series. I think it started in 2017, and it's called American Gods. Now that is pretty good. That is, it's quite weird. but it is very good. So anyone who's fancying something different, ain't seen anything it's a bit weird and wonderful, it's worth a check out. American Gods. Right, I'd say that's done, so let's just turn that off. And as I said, I'll do mine in a Wii mode once I've got my son's Grub sorted. Right, so that's Ronnie's all dished up, all ready to scrub. So I'm going to give him a shout, he can have his dinner. And so he just likes the boiled rice as it is with the chicken, he doesn't like all the veggies and bits, so I can't blame him. Anyway, so that's Ronnie's, I'll get on with mine in a minute. Right guys, so all I'm going to do now is just do the stir fry. I've got to put any more oil in the pan, just using what was in there originally. And then, believe it or not, there's so much in here, I'm going to half this ingredients, sort of half it anyway. So I think there'll be too much. And this needs to be continuously stirred. It's on a high heat. And get a few of them peppers out. Right, so give that sort of 4 minutes. So at this stage keep turning it because it's on a high heat. Now, what I'm going to do is add a tiny bit of soy sauce, only a tiny bit. You don't have to put that in if you don't want to. Well, my son's just had his and he said it was lovely. And I noticed on the other bit of the video I've got to put my light on, so I apologise if it's slightly dark, but such is life. Believe it or not, this doesn't take long. Right, what I'm going to do is just add a bit of the chicken in there. Give the chicken a little move around in the oil. Alright, that's looking good. That is smelling good. So you can add what you want to this really, you know, you can do it in any order or any way you want. It's just a simple little meal. Prep and the cooking 20 minutes if you did it all together. I mean, I've obviously split this because got my son's dinner out of the way. But if there was like you was all ready to sit down, you know, you'd just serve this up, you know, straight from hot. That's looking mighty fine. It's looking mighty fine, smelling lovely. I think what I might do is I'll sit down and have this. I might watch the next episode of what's the alarm? Might watch the next episode of American Gods that I was speaking about earlier. I think that's something special. That it's quite a weird program, but it's very cool. I might watch that while I'm eating this. Right, well that is it. The rice is done. Stir fry's done. Let's just turn everything off. Right, that's that bit done. Right guys, so that's mine all dished up. Rice on the plate, lovely, and it does look super nice. Right guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, sharing and all those wicked things. Right guys, catch you soon. Cheers guys, and live long and prosper, and may the force be with you all.